Okay.
When I was a kid in the 70s, I don't know if you three know this, but back then you didn't have to be 18 to buy cigarettes necessarily. I remember specifically many instances where my older brother would ask me to go in and buy cigarettes for him. And I don't know if any of you adults have any similar stories, but I walked in the store, I handed the money to the cashier and said my mom was in the car. And she handed me the pack of cigarettes and gave me my change. Times have obviously changed. Everyone knows that there's federal standards now that mandate that they have to card individuals coming in to purchase cigarettes to make sure that you're 18 years old or older. Despite these changes, I don't know if you're aware of this, but advertisers are specifically targeting youth. And HelpSmoking.com as of 2011 states that the majority of smokers took up the habit in their early or mid-teens. I've been smoking for almost 19 years now, off and on. I've attempted to quit smoking at least 9 times that I can count. And it's harder to quit when you begin smoking as a teenager. 8 out of 10 people that try smoking become addicted. And what I want you to know is that it's harder to quit smoking than it is to become addicted. So much easier. There's all kinds of programs that exist now, smoking cessation programs. There's anti-smoking campaigns. I'm sure that you guys have heard truth.org, and they've really tried to change the message because research has shown with anti-smoking campaigns with teenagers that scaring them with grotesque pictures of the human body aren't going to be as effective as personal stories. So sharing your own personal stories with your kids can really make the difference in their decision to not pick up that cigarette. Tobacco advertisers spend billions every year in targeting youth. The colorful little boxes, the big signs that you see when you guys go into the convenience stores. But that's not all. They've extended it to the internet. So every time your kids are surfing the internet, they've got little ads on there that they can pop up instantly. Not only that, mail order. You can put in an 18-year-old birth date and not be 18 and receive special offers in the mail. There's no way for them to check that, and that's what happens all the time. There's frequent exposure, whether it's in your home or out in public. You teenagers are more susceptible than anybody else by your environment. And I, by no means, am an example. As a matter of fact, before my speech tonight, I smoked a cigarette. What I want you to realize is that smoking is not relaxing. Many smokers may tell you, oh, I gotta relax, I gotta go to smoke a cigarette. The reason why is not for relaxation. What that does is it decreases the withdrawal symptoms in between cigarettes. The shakiness, the anxiety, depression, nervousness, that's all associated with it. Cigarettes nowadays cost $6 to $7 a pack. But remember, these tobacco advertisers are spending billions of dollars each year. It costs employers too, because of lack of productivity. It is linked to depression and to anxiety, all kinds of panic disorders. Cigarette sales have obviously dropped in the past 10 years due to some of these anti-smoking campaigns. But the advertisers are spending more than ever, and that's according to the Federal Trade Commission. Medline Plus, as of 2011, says that smoking costs taxpayers billions in health care every year due to smoke-related illnesses. And the kicker here is that smoking is the #1 preventable cause of illness and death. So I know that you see the importance here, being aware, being involved, but how do you do those things? Talk to your schools. Go on the internet. Research. And as parents, talk to your kids. Start when they're young. Don't lose involvement as they get older. Really stay with them. Share with them your own personal stories, because personal stories are going to impact them the most. Seeing what smoking has done to your life. Knowing what the risk factors are. Are your kids depressed? Are they curious? I want to show of hands, who's ever picked up a cigarette? Who's ever smoked a cigarette? Have you? Honestly. Have you ever picked up a cigarette and smoked? Whether I know about it or not. Talking to your kids before this happens can really make the difference on whether they choose to smoke a cigarette or not. Make the decision, quit yourself. Obviously, smoking is a #1 preventable cause of disease. Support local funding for taxing on cigarettes, because that will fund anti-smoking campaigns. And if you choose not to do anything, just remember that cigarette smoking kills more people every year than AIDS, alcohol, murder, and car accidents. Every breath that I take after I smoke a cigarette is a message that I'm sending to you. Being motivated, it promotes the greatest gift that I have to you, which is your health. The greatest gift that you have to pass on to your children. So we've talked about health, we've talked about trends, how to be motivated. Don't wait till they decide to try it. Being aware is half the battle. What are you going to do about it?